today's video will be the final video in this COVID-19 quarantine series. In these past 8 weeks, I have learned a lot. And still, I feel like my learning is only just begun.
But yeah, it's kind of not going that well anymore.
It's not like it used to be. I think it's actually dead.
Do you think that might be an issue that I'm doing the vegetative reproduction from the bits of the actual mushroom?
I'm guessing it's more of a humidity issue, moisture issue. It should be like humid inside and kind of wet, but not too wet. That can be hard to get right.
I've experimented with a variety of molds and containers. With a variety of substrates.
Straw or other things that have a lot of air in their structure already, it's probably better.
I've experimented with a few ways of introducing more moisture. It's just too dry.
Yeah, you just spray it, it's fine.
That sausage thing, I sprayed with some tap water, and I feel like that kind of killed it. And then I have a question about chlorine.
Yeah, chlorine could definitely inhibit the growth.
Leaving a little jar of water in really works because there's so much condensation. I have encountered amazing surprises. This is what I'm talking about. Despite expert warning that coffee might be too acidic as a substrate for mycelium, this is the happiest I have ever seen it. Another really interesting thing that I've discovered about mycelium is that it smells like almonds.
And it smells like almonds very strongly. Is that a mycelium thing?
Look, it's eating the cotton. The cotton mold is slowly being covered with some white fluff. I guess it has not only the inside but also the outside to munch on. I have encountered a bunch of pests. Experimented with different locations where I keep the mycelium, and this is how my little grow cupboard looks. However, none of the results have come to a real material sample. 2 weeks later, definitely has not become a beautiful white material. This is a small little mycelium brick. Maybe I should try to bake it. I think I'm gonna do a final experiment of just taking this out to see how it looks. It looks like it actually has grown through. It's not as white as I would have liked to. Well, these are also my material samples. Mycelium rocks. Okay, so I've preheated the oven to 100 degrees. And now I'm going to put these. Bye, darling. I promise to let your brothers grow. So it's been an hour. It's probably dead by now. That didn't work. In order to have a look at how this mycelium composite actually looks in real life, I had to order one. It's very light, kind of like suede, velvety texture. You can see the substrate through the mycelium really well. It's a renewable, non-toxic material that is of course biodegradable. You can literally just chuck it in your compost. You can grow it in any shape and size. It grows on what's considered waste. It's fire resistant. I could keep going. It's like this kind of magic material. This is quite, it has some give. I think I might try to break it on camera. Smells like a hamster cage mixed with oven roast mushrooms. Another amazing story I heard about mycelium. It was accidentally found to have consumed a bit of plastic sponge completely. Mycelium could consume petroleum-based materials, which could be an amazing solution where we grow amazing new materials while at the same time getting rid of some unwanted toxic ones. That's ticking a lot of boxes for me. I've also learned some really incredible facts about fungi, but fungi, can't say that. It's its own kingdom of life. This has been recognized only in the last 50 years. Actually, they are more closely related to us, animals, than plants. Plants are able to synthesize their own food and we are not, and neither are fungi, so they're always in a search for new food sources. They are an incredibly collaborative organism that have these symbiotic relationships with plants. Over the past 8 weeks, I've had to raise questions that I would have never had to raise as a designer working with non-living materials.
How will I ever be able to bake you?
And how do I, when I'm ready to kill it?
How do I know it's at its peak? Are you dead? Do I wait longer? Do you have maggots growing on you though?
When it feels that it's injured or whatever, it like kind of activates a bit more, no? Does it feel gravity, mycelium? Does it know where it's up and where it's down? I just need to wait and hope for the best.
Through asking these questions, I've identified that the parameters that a designer grower has to take into consideration are very different to those of a designer maker. You have to consider the happiness of another being. Is it warm enough? Is it well fed? Is it quenched? Does it have enough to breathe? Will it grow the way I want it to grow? Will it grow as fast as I want it to grow? How can I encourage it? How can I guide it? How can I teach it? As for the sofa, I haven't yet grown a new one. I reviewed my old sofa, medium good looking, medium comfortable. So the fabric feels like some kind of a polyester cotton mix. Let's have a look at what's inside these. The same kind of plasticky. I'm pretty sure that the foam on the inside is also plastic. I even interviewed an upholsterer.
If it's a traditional settee, you would start with loose horsehair.
However, while on this journey, I've realized that I want to start by observing the material that I'm able to grow to then decide what it wants to become. So the fungi sofa will have to wait. And for now, I'm just gonna have to live with this old thing. I've also observed that I have a slightly romantic, purist approach to this subject that I feel like is both my weakness and my strength. And I feel like I really need to dig deep into why I haven't been able to achieve the results that I was after, and why have I been so stubborn about some of my decisions, like I'm using mushrooms that I can buy in the supermarket.
I'm trying to be purist and kind of like only using household waste to grow it, blah blah blah. But I think maybe I need to snap out of it a bit and actually get it growing properly.
I need to develop my own methodology in working with this material. I guess I just want to find my role as a designer in this relationship, in this collaboration. Working with mycelium is interesting to me on a variety of levels. I think I don't want to stop, so I won't. There's just so many more variables to be explored, so many experiments that I personally want to try to really understand and see what I can bring to the world of mycelium materials and what mycelium can bring to me as a designer. Thanks a lot for being with me on this journey. Stay tuned for updates after the summer. Bye!